Hey everybody, it's Patty from Patty's Travels, and I am actually getting out of the country this week, and even though it's not required, I want to make sure that I get a COVID test before I leave, because now we have to have a COVID test coming back into the country, and I really don't want to get stuck in Mexico for 14 days, although it actually probably wouldn't be that bad to have 14 days in a hotel room by myself without my kids, but my husband, yes, my husband would probably really resent me, so we're going to take a test before I leave. I'm actually over at Dr. Casper's house because he's a friend of mine, which is great. He owns Priority Medical Testing, which does travel tests of various types for all destinations around the world, which is awesome. So, because I'm his friend, I get to go to his house. But you can actually schedule an appointment with him to do these tests, or he sells travel test kits that you can actually do at home if an antigen test works well for you. So what I'm going to do today is take a PCR test. This is a more stringent test than the antigen test. It's not required for Mexico. I just wanted to see how the PCR test went in case I want to go to Europe or something like that requires it. For Mexico, you only need an antigen test to come back into the country. So I'm going to take one of their travel test kits and do that while we're down there. So we'll do a video on that too. So this is Dr. Doug. This is his beautiful house. Again, welcome. I'm his friend, so I get to come here. Otherwise, you make an appointment with Dr. Doug and decide if you're going to have a concierge service, and he'll come to you. I think that's how that works.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should let you explain it.
Oh, sure.
I'm going to explain it.
There's two things that you can contact us, and then we can kind of just schedule and set up your appointment, either your test, or if you actually need to have a concierge service and some advice, then we can set up that appointment as well. We could also do a home visit, and we have tutorials to just guide you on everything as well. So,
which is great, and Doug is awesome, so you should feel very well cared for when you contact him. So let's get started on this test. What do I need to do?
Well, today's test, since we are going to be doing a PCR, there's just a couple of simple parts in the process.
Okay.
So number one, we can grab our iPhones.
Yep.
And
so
we
I've
have
got mine up right now.
a QR code. So we take our iPhones and we use a QR code. That way we can just supply the data that we need, which is our names, date of birth, the type of test that we're doing. In this case, we're doing a saliva test for PCR. And then we just register and submit, and you get the results in about 24 hours for the PCR test.
Which is awesome, because if you look at CVS, they're saying about 72 hours. So
that's for PCR. That seems to be around a standard. So the turnaround time is 24 hours. For a rapid test, which we also have, and we have the travel test kits, those rapid antigen test results are about 10 or 15 minutes. So for travel, you would test yourself, you would submit the data, you would get your result digitally, and then you'll be able to travel with your result and your passport to return home safely.
All right, great. Okay, so let's do the spit test.
Okay, good.
I don't have to stick the thing up my nose.
The very first part of the test is we'll cleanse our hands first.
Okay, awesome. So you guys can't see it, but Doug has this awesome setup here, and when I'm all done, I get to have coffee with him, because he's the best host ever.
There's a very simple process where you have an attachment of your access code, which is on the back, and we'll put that into our data, and this is the vial in which we'll use a saliva sample. Some people call it a spit test. I call it a saliva sample.
That's
this is your sample.
Way to say that. It's going to be ugly.
And I'm going to test as well.
Oh, nice. All right. Dual test.
Since I'm an emergency doctor, I test frequently.
And just to let you know, we're standing close to each other. We both have been vaccinated. This is totally okay.
So basically, you want to make about 2 mLs of saliva. So you can just kind of generate a little saliva. The point is not to eat or drink 30 minutes before your saliva test. So
I am not.
Very simple.
I had coffee a while ago, so let's see. How much do you have to do? I have nothing.
Just about 2 mLs.
I probably should have some water.
All right.
Let's see. Can you tell on the side? Oh Jesus, this is gonna take a while. Obviously, I'm dehydrated.
Sample complete. Couple of mLs. What we do is basically take your sample, and then we send that to the lab immediately. You register on the QR code, and it's done.
That's so easy.
Congratulations.
I would drink more water than I did before I came over. This is going to take a while. This is what happens when you're running around with kids all morning.
I
Actually,
should
might get some
supply
water.
lemon drops, actually.
I might get some water. That won't mess up the test if I just have 3.
No, actually, that is enough.
Is that enough?
Yep,
Oh,
that's
okay,
plenty good.
perfect.
Yep.
Yay!
All right.
Okay,
very
so
good.
just a little, you can kind of see, I know it's gross, but yeah, that's my spit in there. So, let me
And it's
put
matched
it-
with your
Okay.
code and your card.
So we're gonna put it in the
And then we
bag.
send.
We're gonna put that in there.
Results in 24 hours.
How cool is that?
All right,
That is
congratulations.
so simple.
Very simple and easy.
Nothing up your nose,
Yep.
nothing tickling your brain.
Nothing painful,
This is-
even a child could do it.
This is awesome. Oh God, I can't even imagine my kids sitting around like spitting in the jar. They would probably have way too much fun doing that. So there it is. That's super simple. I'm pretty sure that I don't have COVID. So hopefully I'll be making the other video here in a few days. So we'll see you on the flip side. and
Travel
get
safe.
Thanks, Dr. Doug.
You're welcome.